Yes, we are doing this. Are we beating the internet's favorite dead horse? Yes. But this stupid video has been haunting me for years. And it's time I put my demons to rest and dunk on this video harder than anyone ever has before. Because this is personal. For starters, what in the world is going on with Asgore's helmet? I assume he just ripped an image of Asgore's battle sprite and then either redrew it or, worse, traced it. But here's the thing wrong with that. That's not a helmet. He's just looking down mournfully, sad that he has to fight this literal child to reach his ambitions. Not a helmet. Also, he fused the crown into the helmet design, and this part of his cloak into these weird, I don't even know what to describe these as. Cheeks? Papyrus's jaw, like some other unspeakable monsters made by Lhugeny, despite being a jaw, separate from his head, still acts like the entire thing is just a mouth, causing it to squish into a small circle during some vocalizations. That's not how bones work. Also, Monster Kid's eyes are wrong. They should be slits, but he just gave him normal green-looking eyes, which I assume most monsters don't have. This is just a minor nitpick, but why does Frisk open his eyes? Every depiction of Frisk has them with their eyes closed. Why do we start at the bottom of the hole and then jump to Frisk falling in? Wouldn't it be more cohesive to have him above ground than fall into the hole? And here we get to the first sign Lhugeny didn't properly research the game he makes parodies of, and probably just skims wikis. First, Flowey is not in a pot. He grows out of the ground. Secondly, he does not explain the plot. He falsely explains how XP and love works to trick Frisk so he can kill him. On one hand, I have no idea why a late Snowden scene is playing here when we haven't even left the ruins, but I'll let it slide since I think it looks nice. And here's why we had a Snowden scene, because we skipped the ruins. By the time you reach here, Toriel is no longer with you, having sealed the door and stayed in the ruins. So why is she here in Snowden? The line, "takes me to her home," makes no sense, since most likely she's walking away from her home. Toriel does not hook you up with a new monster phone. She gives you a dinky hand-me-down. Alphys is the one who gives you the newer model. I'm going to consider this purplish background to be the ruins for the part, but then, in that case, why are we bouncing around like this? This garb would have 2 less sins if he just drew a purple brick wall instead of a snow scene. Also, why is Toriel carrying normal car keys in a purse? They don't have things like that down there. I could accept a satchel to carry groceries and a key to her house, but those are very clearly a modern-day purse and a modern-day car key. The line makes no sense based on the last line, since why did you need to escape if she left you alone? The heights aren't hiding here, people. Why is Sans and Frisk drawn so big? In most depictions of the characters, Sans and Frisk are about the same height, which is not accurate here, but why are they both so close to Papyrus? Sans' mouth is closed, and that's cursed. Well, extra cursed based on this art style. Also, Lhugeny's need to make everyone bop around to the beat makes Papyrus hip thrust towards a child, and I am not okay with that. Monster Kid should probably not be near the bar in Grillby's. In there? Sure. Right next to the bar? No. What is going on with the heights in this video? Either Frisk is standing on a chair or Papyrus lost his leg bones, cause the math ain't mathing. Sans doesn't look nearly concerned enough his brother just got bopped with a bottle. Granted, canon Sans wouldn't show any emotion, but if you're going to break rules for this, make him look actually concerned, and not like a toddler who just figured out he can make the ooh sound. Same with Monster Kid. Speaking of the bop, where does the rest of the bottle go? Here 1 minute, gone the next. Doesn't even show shatter shards. Teleporting. Teleporting again. Why does Undyne look so weird? Like, even for this video, she's out of place. Long limbs, normalish sized head. I feel like this was done by another person, and if it was, the description sure doesn't credit them. Well, this is disrespectful and not accurate to the game. This is clearly Night Undyne, who dies by fading away instead of making a corpse. But since the song is from a genocide route, it also isn't accurate, since this is not Undyne the Undying. And even if it was, Undyne melts when she dies. Not this corpse crap. This. Teleporting. This is the dumbest part of the entire video. No freaking way are you just gonna throw this up on screen and expect me not to rip in a new one. So here we go. By this point in the genocide route, Papyrus is dead, so why is he here? Sans has not fought in Hotlands. Sans is the most powerful character in Undertale, and the most impactful fight of the entire game. Not just that route. And you're just going to dump his corpse off here? Why is there evidence of a blunt force trauma injury when Frisk is holding a gun? Where are their bodies? Did they fall in the lava? This Chara design is incredibly inaccurate. Probably would have looked better if he had just recolored and reused the Frisk sprite. Why are they so close to the lava? It's literally touching Chara's shoes. There are no explorer hats in the underground, at least that Frisk finds. Frisk technically has not yet met Chara. While they do meet in the game, Frisk is just influenced by Chara during a genocide route. It's not like he's phoning him for information. Poaching is the act of hunting or capturing animals from land that is not yours, most often to be sold. That is not happening here, since every body that Frisk is killing, he's just leaving there. Also, monsters evaporate when killed. They don't leave bodies. Time for some gun sins, such as, there are no guns in the underground. There is no ammo in the underground. That looks like no gun barrel tip I've ever seen. The gun is most likely based on the rifle design also seen in Resident Evil 4, so we'll use it for comparison. For starters, the stock of the gun is angled in such a way that would make it most likely to go over your shoulder when aiming, or would jab into you uncomfortably, instead of bracing in the armpit-shoulder area of it. While this side of the scope could have glass we can't see, this side is clearly capped, so you can't aim down the scope, so useless. The metal barrel isn't properly lined up with the actual gun, since we can see the inside of the barrel, so any shots fired would just slam into the bottom here, cause damage to the gun, and potentially you. And finally, why is the magazine angled like that? Angled magazines exist, but at that angle, I don't think the bullets could enter the gun, as they'd most likely pop up wrong. I'm no gun expert to be fair, but I doubt that something like this could leave a mark as big as the one on his skull. And finally, since the scene right before this was in the Snowden Caves, teleporting. Frisk does not take on any attributes due to Chara's influence. You can't attack Metaton in your first encounter with him. That is not a toy knife. That is a real knife, based on how sharp and sheen it's looking. Teleporting. Asgore is never seen in Hotland. Teleporting. Also, why are we discussing Asgore's plan? That's the plot of the neutral route, not the genocide route. In the route the song is supposed to be discussing, Sans is the final boss. Asgore is just an afterthought you kill automatically. Ew. Monster Kid is never seen in Hotland, and he's definitely dead by this point in a genocide route. Teleporting. Also, I know she's dead at this point, but with the story jumping around so much, Undyne should be here approaching the player. Wilhelm scream. Why is Frisk biting his lip? Is he enjoying this differently than everyone thinks? Gross. Reusing the just killed Undyne pose. Same hill and everything, just took her out. Also, that spear should definitely be gone by now. And that's it. Nothing climactic. Nothing interesting to end on. Just standing on a cliff in Hotland. Lame. Also, Lhugeny doesn't credit the original person that he parodies. Even if a lot of people know what the song is, it's the principle of the matter. I don't hate Lhugeny. I've just been traumatized by his work, and want to work through it, and make jokes, by poking and pulling this thing apart bit by bit and scrutinizing it. Don't go harassing him, Lord knows he gets enough of that already. Sorry about the lack of communication on my part. I've been working on bigger and bigger projects, but my work output has been the same, and life's gotten busy, so it's just taken longer for things to come out. I'll be working on things soon, don't worry. Leave a comment and I might roast more of this garbo. Thank you for watching and have a good day.